Now let's turn our attention to New Caledonia. It's an island territory in the Pacific Ocean. Territory, not nation. Sadly, New Caledonia remains a colony to this day. It's a French overseas territory. But not all the people of New Caledonia are happy about this. Yesterday, violent protests broke out. Protests against France. Take a look. About 80 businesses were set ablaze in the capital, Nouméa. 200 cars were torched as well. Shots were fired and over 50 police officers were injured. France says the violence is unacceptable.
I have given very firm instructions to make arrests. 82 people have been arrested in the last 2 days. I have decided to send 4 additional mobile gendarmerie units. They are leaving for Nouméa this morning.
82 people have been arrested in New Caledonia. France is sending more troops to try and bring the situation under control, a situation that Paris itself has brought about. To understand what's happening, we need some context. New Caledonia is in the Pacific Ocean. It's about 19,000 kilometers away from France. France annexed the islands back in 1853, and it has held on to them ever since 1853. This is despite the decolonization that has taken place elsewhere in the world. These islands are valuable. New Caledonia is the world's 4th largest producer of nickel. It's a metal that is used in electric car batteries. It has become increasingly valuable over time. That's one reason why France wants to keep these islands. Another reason is the location. They are in the Pacific Ocean, a region that is becoming a battleground between China and the West. The fight is mostly between the US and China, but France does not want to be left behind. President Emmanuel Macron prides himself in being a global statesman. New Caledonia gives him a base in the Pacific. He can use it to influence the region. So minerals and strategic location. That is why France does not want to let go. But what do locals say? What about them? Don't they want independence? That is where things get complicated. New Caledonia's indigenous people are the Melanesian Kanaks. They were once the majority on the islands, but now they make up just 41% of the population, less than half. About 24% of the population here is of European descent, mostly French, and that's a sizable chunk. New Caledonia has held multiple independence referendums in 2018, in 2020, and then again in 2021. And look at what they got. In 2018, 43% of the people voted for independence, only 43%. In 2020, it went up to almost 47%. The next referendum was an anomaly. France insisted on conducting it in 2021 in the middle of the COVID-19 pandemic. The pro-independence parties in New Caledonia thought this was a trick, a scheme to ensure low voter turnout, so they boycotted the last referendum. The pro-France side won by a landslide in 2021 because their opponents boycotted. But that doesn't really mean that New Caledonians are all done asking for independence. In fact, their desire for freedom is what led to yesterday's riots. Voting rights have been frozen here since 1998, meaning no one who immigrated to the islands after 1998 can vote here. This means that even if more Europeans migrated to New Caledonia, the locals would not get outnumbered. This freeze helped reduce tensions, but now Paris wants to undo it. Lawmakers in France are debating an end to the freeze today. They're planning to enlarge New Caledonia's electorate, which means the locals may become a much smaller voting bloc overnight, which is why they're protesting. They do not want the voting freeze to thaw.
Our council has given the authorization. So here we